I like staying in shape. I just work like a dog. It's hard work. I need to start training smarter and stop training too hard because I break my body down, I break my bones, and I break my feet down, my muscles, my tissue. But I just go the whole yard, just run 7 miles every day, get up, box, hit the mitts for 10 rounds, hit the big bag for 8 rounds, just do the running, spar for 7 rounds every day. It kill my body, just work it out, and it just eventually all comes into place. Well, it's not as hard as I anticipated it would be, but I'm blessed with having a strong body. I'm blessed with not ever being in a situation where I've been into a great deal of brutal combats, like most fighters have been in, and I've just been blessed all around. My physical attributes and my endurance to continue to persevere all this time. But I just feel good, and I think. The fact that I haven't taken a lot of beatings and been into a great deal of wars, I think that contributes to me being able to endure the test of time. I want to be champ again. And it's just so ironic. I'm just, again, like I said, all praise be to God. I'm just so blessed to be able to, 21 years later, people are still interested. I have returned people. I don't know really. It's just, I'm just happy to be recognized. I just never think of myself, and I'm in denial. I'm personally just knocking down the door. They just want to be in my presence. They just want to take pictures and want to hear what I have to say. I have nothing to say, basically. But I don't know. I'm just here. I don't know what's the big commotion about Mike Tyson, but I don't know.
Well, what do you think it is?
I don't know.
You must have some thoughts about it, Mike.
Maybe I manipulated the press so well that they continue to hang around.
You really think it's your manipulation of the press that makes you a fascinating figure even today?
I don't know. I'm just bumping off at the good mouth. I don't know. I'm just talking.
How would you describe your state of mind right now?
I'm pretty content. I'm pretty content and happy. And my situation calls for me to be that way. And I'm just happy that I've become mature enough and able to handle the situation that I'm in and just the frame of mind that I'm in.
Where have you found this newfound maturity?
Oh, it just comes in certain stages of your life, and in this stage of my life, I understand that this is who I am. You know, many people believe that if I'm not being a ranting and raving, that Mike is not hungry, he doesn't want to fight anymore. But that's just who I was. I was a young kid. I have to really look at the perspective and think I'm not a young child as far as my conduct is concerned. Which, even though I've been older and conducted myself as a young child, I mean, it's not that person anymore.
I guess the thing I'm most curious about, Mike, is where do you find serenity in your life?
I don't know. And realizing that I'm not the only person that's been in a situation. You have to understand, I've lost everything. I mean everything. Anyone I ever cared about, anybody I ever loved, romantic, I've just lost everything. Money, home, I've lost everything. We have to lose everything. You have to just totally lose it all. Anything, the people who love you, just chase them away from being so belligerent and crazy, and just chase them away. And you have to lose it all. And I think, I don't know. And then it comes a point in your life you wish you could receive them back, but I guess that's part of our growing pain. We lose the people that we love and care about the most in order to start our life off fresh. It's a brand new start.
All the trainers you've had over the years, all the different guys, you know, from the very beginning with Cuss and Kevin, up now to Jeff and Tom. Who has been the trainer who's been best for you?
Well, I can't say. All of them had different qualities. You know what I mean? I have more respect from Jeff, because Jeff's my friend. He's been my buddy for over 20 years, probably at least 16 of the 20. But I didn't think really he could train. I saw him train. All the other fighters look great. And I'm saying, but damn, they're little guys. I really didn't think he could do it. But then I realized, you know, if I put in my 100%, he put in his 100%, and stay respectful, it could be successful.
And you see the guys who are holding the titles. What is your opinion of them?
I don't know. I just when I see the guys, everybody's using steroids and stuff, that was just really killing boxing. But I noticed everybody went to the steroid meeting except the Boxing Federation. The boxing's always been an outlaw sport anyway. It's been in the sports business, but it's been outside of the sports business, and no one came representing us.
How big a problem has steroids been in boxing?
Well, I don't think steroids can help much in boxing. I really don't think, because it doesn't help. It doesn't enhance your skills. I don't care how strong you are. The strongest man never. You notice the strongest man was never the heavyweight champion of the world. The strongest fighter, or the strongest man in boxing, was never the really heavyweight champion of the world. And if he was, he wasn't for long. This is this is a sport of intelligence, speed, integrity. This is pretty much a noble sport, and the nobleness of it all is the struggle of it all. And I don't think steroids helps any.
Why don't you ever look bad physically?
I'm just too vain. It's too vain. I don't know. I used to watch the old fighters. I watched guys like Gene Foreman, Carmen Basilio, Ray Robinson, all these guys, Kid Chuck. You watch all these guys, right? The Rocky Mafia. You watch these guys, Dick Tyus. Watch these guys, Amy Griffin. You look at their bodies. Golly, you say, you sure these guys? They should have used these guys for when they did Michelangelo or David or these guys. They should have used these guys' bodies. Are just, there's no athlete that has a body like that.
Perfect physique.
It's just perfect. And I'm saying, look at these guys. You know what I mean? It's incredible. And I always wanted to be in that frame of mind. You look at guys like Mike Weaver, Ken Norton. Golly, forget it. These guys, and you look at their body. Even people in time, they say, wow, this is a man. This is an athlete. This is how an athlete should look. You know what I mean? It's conditioned. You know what I mean? With a great body, but a body that's made to accept punishment. A body that's made to just take a man beating him with a bat. It's just made to absorb punishment.
What did you respect the most about Jack Johnson? How hard do you think he had it as a black champion at that time?
Well, listen, you just have to think, this guy was marrying and dating white women, regardless of their stature, if they were prostitutes, if they were fast women. People were getting lynched for reckless eyeballing, for looking at them, and he was dating them publicly, which I thought was crazy. You know what I mean? So he was doing things out in public where people wasn't able to do since in the 50s or 60s, basically, in public. And it was just crazy. And he was really brash. He was really somewhat disrespectful in some forms, even though, and at this term, he was somewhat disrespectful as well, the way he talked to certain people. But I thought he was just an icon of dignity and pride for his time, for the people of now, you know what I mean? The people of now times. People look at him as somebody that fought against the white man, but he wasn't. He wasn't that kind of guy, because he wasn't for pro-black either, Jack Johnson. If anyone knew that, he wasn't pro-black. He was just pro being equal. You know what I mean? He didn't believe in marching, and he didn't believe in fighting for black. He wasn't for the black cause either. He was for Johnson's cause. He was pretty selfish as well. You know, that's just being very honest. You know, I'm just being honest. I know Jack Johnson. I knew his history. He was pretty selfish as well. He thought more about Jack Johnson. He really did.
You know, people talk about the great heavyweight champions and their places in history and what they mean. What is your place in that history of heavyweight champions? I
don't know. I'm just happy to be remembered by the people. You know, if they think I'm one of the greats, and I'm just happy to be. All those guys basically my heroes. So I'm happy to be mentioned in the same breath. That was just my dream. I never wanted to be better than those guys. I just wanted to be able to be friends, that those guys knew my name and I could shake their hand. They say, hey, Mike, how you doing? And I would say, whoa, Jersey Joe Woodcock knew my name? Wow, that's really crazy. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, they know my name? And that's a big thing to me. When one day I met Joey Giardello, and he just came to my training, and I was just I was like, whoa, that's him? And I always read about him and his handicapped son, Carmen. I've been reading about him ever since I was a young boy. And I saw him one day, and he came in my training camp, and I was jumping rope, and I just couldn't work out. I was just, I don't know, I broke out in hives. And I was just so happy to see him. I was just, wow, and I said, wow, that's Carmen. I just knew his whole life. And it was just amazing that he came and saw me. You know what I mean? I just thought that was awesome. And these guys knew my name, and that was a big, that's better than those guys. That's more important than me receiving $1 million.
How do you prevent your life from ending as a Greek tragedy?
Oh, it's never good. No, I never had a Greek tragedy. I probably was on the track, but I've never, nothing tragic about Mike Tyson. My life was tragic before I got involved with boxing. Living in Brownsville was pretty tragic. That was tragic, but I never had no tragedy. I had some money, lost some money, I went to prison. That's the basic everyday life. James Keating went to prison. A lot of people went to prison. Mike Milton went to prison. You know, Jesus Christ went to prison. A lot of people went to prison, but that's not the end of their lives. You know what I mean? That's really not the end of life. Probably the beginning once they come out. Because there's a whole different life then. There's a whole different life that we'll be preparing for once we get out.